State of Blockchain in the Philippines.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I'm here to give everyone a quick briefer and background on where blockchain is in the Philippines, the state of blockchain. We've seen very much aggressive growth in the blockchain space here. Of course, right now I'll show you the numbers. One of the key things that's going on in the blockchain segment is really the support of our government in the push towards blockchain. Just as a perspective, only because we want to compare ourselves with the rest of the world, the global blockchain market was valued at $17 billion, and it's growing at around 70%. So these numbers are a bit normal, 70 to 100% year on year. Most of the investments are on two basic pillars. One is, as you can see, the banking, finance, and the insurance sector, and also on the other end is the telco sector. If you look at what are the key drivers of these trends, initially the focus is really on the financial services and cryptocurrencies. And blockchain technology is now widely adopted across various sectors, including supply chain management, healthcare, and government. And this broad adoption is driven by the technology's ability to enhance transparency, efficiency, and security. So we're going to see a lot of suppliers now. Right now, we've been to a lot of events where a lot of IT suppliers are now offering blockchain services. So the ball has started to roll in the offering of blockchain solutions. One of the key drivers also is the digital identity and payments. As we all know, we're one of the biggest users. If you combine GCash, PayMaya, and all the other wallets here, that they would count for almost 80% of the entire 120 population. So it's quite substantial, and we're going to see the growth coming in that sector. And of course, when it comes to identity management, they will have to push and start using it on the blockchain. Also, enterprise adoption. A lot of larger companies are going in. Government is also going in terms of using blockchain as their base technology. Let's look at some regional insights. North America, of course, the US still holds the largest market share, driven by a robust ecosystem of tech startups, established corporations, and leading research institutions. So the presence of major tech hubs like Silicon Valley, Silicon Valley used to be started with a very Web 1 focused, going to Web 3, going to Web 2, and now very much into Web 3. And APAC expected to grow at the highest. Later on, I'll share with you the rankings across the different countries. This region would see significant government support, only because the government is supporting heavily an investment in the blockchain technology. So China, Japan, India are actively promoting blockchain adoption across various industries. So countries like the Vietnam, Philippines, and Thailand have been recognized as global leaders in cryptocurrency adoption. Vietnam in particular has topped the global ranking for grassroots cryptocurrency adoption for the 2 consecutive years. And Southeast Asia is rapidly positioning itself as a hub for crypto, blockchain, and AI technologies, with countries in the region making significant strides towards embracing these innovations. I'll share with you a very interesting, one of the research that the Council has done, maybe a bit small, but you can look at, there are 5 ratings, 5 categories where they identify what is the overall index rating. In summary, you can see here, okay, so 5 categories. First is centralized service, retail centralized service, P2P, DeFi, and retail. So when they looked at their rankings, obviously number 1 is China. Very interesting, Nigeria is number 2 in terms of blockchain index. 3rd is Vietnam. 4th is the US, 5th is Ukraine, and 6th is the Philippines. So while the Philippines, in terms of many global rankings, were not proudly up there, very interesting is when it comes to blockchain crypto usage, we are part of the top 10. So as you can see in the red portion, we're 6 overall in the global index ranking. We have consistent performance in centralized service categories. And again, top 6, top 7 in 4 out of the 5 rankings. Of course, Vietnam is still the biggest, no? And I think Vietnam, a lot of our colleagues are not here. They're in Vietnam. Most of them left today for the Vietnam Blockchain Week that is happening today, no? So we're going to be neck and neck, no, with Vietnam, Indonesia. Again, not surprising, not surprising. I think for the past 10 years, we've been talking about if it's Asia, it's the VIP countries, right? Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines. It's going to have a head-on competition in lording it over, no, in terms of growth and also in the industries. Why the Philippines? Of course, if you look at it, number one is really the high internet and mobile penetration. We're one of the very few countries where you have more SIMs that are being used and sold versus the population. So 115 million population, but 160 million SIMs that are live and out there. No? So very much tech-savvy country. We used to be the the tech capital of the world. We were the social media capital of the world, no? And that's why we're going to see a lot of adoption coming in this space. A lot incentives and benefits. So later on, I'll talk about our economic zones. A lot of education institutions are pushing it. AMA started already their BS blockchain, so they're riding on the tech. Our DICT has also started doing a lot of blockchain education. No? So again, it's strategic location. It's one of the center of Asia. A lot of government initiative and support, and it's cost effective. No? So again, the central bank has been pushing the adoption, not in a way hard pushing, but at the very least, they've been neutral to very open-minded when it comes to adopting cryptocurrency. And also, they're one of the Philippines issued the first ever fully digitized bond. Digital banks in the Philippines, though I got this from Bitpinas, no? So currently right now, everyone is on an acquisition drive. The top 10 digital banks are aggressively promoting very high interest rates. So what's going to happen is that they're very much aggressive getting a lot of their users, user acquisition. No? So regardless of the high interest, they're trying to, it's a race towards who gets the top 3, top 4 in terms of user base. The central bank also wants to promote crypto education to Filipinos. So we're seeing already no plan to ban cryptocurrency, and they're using the smart money to anchoring it on blockchain technology. Later on, our colleague will talk about the authority of Free Port of Bataan. So the blockchain, one of the blockchain of RA 11453 tells us that we've created a tech zone in the Free Port of Bataan. So any company that establishes related to blockchain and AI will have special incentives in terms of tax holidays and among many other special incentives. In the government, our colleagues later will talk about it also, but the Department of Budget has one of the first government offices to have adopted the blockchain-based project. No? So in terms enhancing the security of budget-related documents. No? So and they're going very aggressive. All the documents of the DBM now has a QR code, so you can scan it and the information will be there. And all of those information is now saved on the blockchain. Cryptocurrency regulation is not new to the Philippines. People thought it was during COVID, but actually 2017, the BSP has already acknowledged virtual currency as a valid payment method. The SEC worked hand in hand, also started recognizing, positively and negatively, ICOs and cryptocurrency investments. In 2021, the central bank introduced the guidelines for VASPs. So these are what you call virtual asset service providers. And most VASPs now are required to obtain a license from the central bank before commencing operations. And of course, in a year after, a lot of companies are setting up shop here, but what is good is that the SEC has to recognize, you have to apply and they have to recognize you. Currently, 19 registered VASPs in the Philippines, and now there's a draft rule, January 25, for public review relating to the financial products and services encompassing cryptocurrencies and digital financial products. Currently, these are some of the list of the VASPs. Virtual currency exchanges in the Philippines. Some I think we have around 4 or 5 that are very much well known. The rest are aligned with banks. The rest are still on the startup stage. So currently, we're going to see very heated competition also as all of these started their groundwork. One of the things we're very proud of is that for the past 2 years, we've done a Philippine Blockchain Week, and we always get a lot of feedback that in the Philippine Blockchain Week, this is where they see so many regulators there. Other countries, a lot of the regulators, they shy away from attending blockchain events. So when the Blockchain Council of the Philippines was inducted, the Board of Trustees, and later on you will see most of them coming in to speak. It's our Cabinet Secretary, our DICT Cabinet Secretary, inducting us. Last year, the Cabinet Secretary came again and inducted the almost 100 members of our Blockchain Council. So it goes to show that they're very much working hand in hand with us to ensure that we do it the right way. And one of the things that we're aggressively working in, 2 weeks ago, we were called to Congress because Joey Salceda, one of our congressmen, is now creating a blockchain bill. So this is an act, as establishing the basic regulatory framework for blockchain technology in the Philippines and providing for its use in government service delivery and for other purpose. And the biggest project here is actually the Philippine National ID. So the Philippine National ID will be, I think, one of the biggest experiment that will be put on the blockchain. And this bill will also serve as the backbone for any other blockchain-related projects, whether for the government or within the private sector. 2 days ago or yesterday, in a DICT panel, so the DICT is launching the eGov chain, which is the Philippine government blockchain. So it's a government decentralized distributed ledger technology that securely records transactions. Note that the first wave will just be blockchain for government transactions first. And then I don't know if later on, we've been invited to the public hearings already and the consultation, so they will later on expand this to other private engagements. So again, we always push this, even if we're not there yet. But we always tell people that we used to be the tech capital of the world, and then we were the social media capital of the world. It's only just a matter of time before we position ourselves as one of the blockchain capitals of Asia, only because we have the entire ecosystem really supporting it. Everyone who opens their eyes and their minds into blockchain and recognize its potency and how it is the next level of technology comes and joins our bandwagon. And again, with the Blockchain Council, with the large community supporting us, even our president right now, right, is always our president, along with the DTI, our Trade and Industry, our DICT, has always been pushing the adoption of digitization. Most of us here were part of Go Digital Philippines, Go Digital Pilipinas, and AI, blockchain are the basic pillars that would drive that. So the Philippines, we say that the Philippines is now open for business. That was the rallying cry of our president when he goes abroad. The Philippines is open for business. I think we can compliment him and say the Philippines is now open for blockchain business. And I hope that most of you, for the past 30 days, so many Korean companies are setting up shop here, launching games, among many others. I guess maybe at the tail end of the second half of this year, we expect more businesses coming through, only because 100 million population, very high-tech, highest crypto downloads, wallet downloads, among many others. This is a really prime spot for blockchain business. So having said that, I hope I gave you a good glimpse, and then later on we'll go to the panel. You'll see a lot of discussions with regard to how blockchain is being used. Thank you.